I love what I do.
So I went on my YouTube channel this morning.
Yes, I love it.
Oh yeah.
And I got, what happened was, last night I noticed someone unsubbed from it.
Will always believe in you. You got the power.
And this morning, I just uploaded a video. It was a spiel I did. Called 300 Miles a Week. I was doing a spiel about the train and just free form, you know, stream of consciousness, stream of consciousness, free form, talking about the activity, the process involved, and try to become a better athlete, right? And I was like, oh fuck it, no one gives a flying fuck about any of my content. That's a slight exaggeration, but fuck it, I'll just bombard. I'll just put. It's my own little private gallery. Fuck the audience. They're mostly a bunch of dummies anyway. It's a madhouse, and they'll sit there and they'll watch an hour-long podcast about chain lube. Right? That's really where it's at. You're delusional, people. You know, the cycling audience. They're delusional. You don't actually know what it takes there to actually get good. So what I did was I posted up. I was just like, well, no one cares anyway, so that just frees you. I'll just upload it this morning, and I just was like, right, well, I'm putting my life force and life energy into this. I'm talking. I'm a human being in the world, you know, speaking, reasonably intelligent person, talking about a subject in a bit of detail. Some of it's got to be interesting, some of it's got to be valuable, some of it's got to be, you know, resonate with one sane, intelligent person with a soul out there, right? So I was like, oh fuck it, I'll just detach myself and just spiel every day to myself, and just upload it. I'll just upload everything. I'll talk for an hour a day if I decide to, and just upload it. And I'll be like, right, is there any person like-minded like me that actually thinks and feels the same way? Is there anyone actually try to struggle for goals? Anyone actually try to improve yourself and have goals? It's like, well, I know there are people out there like that, because I've actually, you know, fuck online, real life. In real life, you know, you put that in capital letters, real life, I've actually turned up at some of these events, you know, and you go, oh, there are actually human beings, you know, sportsmen, athletes like me, who are into this kind of thing. So I'll put it up there and see if it resonates with anyone. No. If anything, it triggers people. That's what I'm noticing. I'm starting to wake up. You gotta fucking wake up to the fucking predicament you're in, innit? But like the Matrix, innit? You gotta wake up to the predicament you're in. Realise you're a slave. Well, realise... There was a guy there, I wouldn't go this far, but I do watch various videos and see what different people are saying about subjects and get their perspective on it and go, what do I think about this? And there was a guy talking about like why society hates men, and I was going, right, this might be a dark trip, but there's a bit of truth in what the guy was saying, because he was saying when you're on it and you're actually, you know, try to live your best life, try to work hard, try to do stuff that you're passionate about, you're not going to get appreciated for it. You got to get hated for it more often than not. So that's an equation, as I said yesterday, that's an equation you have to be happy with. So with that in mind, I kind of go, right, well, didn't expect folk to be into your content. Didn't expect other folk to resonate with a human being speaking about something passionately, speaking about something in an interesting way. Didn't expect other folk to be interested in it. I suppose that's where the whole expression, you know, I don't know, Like if it was easy, if being good at anything, like being a top fighter, being a top footballer, whatever it is, top athlete was easy, everybody would do it. See, so if you've calibrated yourself to like a high level in your mind, you're going, right, I think I'm gonna, right, no mucking about, I think I'll calibrate myself to a high level, and then you meet that, you match that intention with actually inspired action, you actually fucking do this shit, then you're going to be the aberration, you're going to be the nail sticking above the rest that's the first one to get hit. Kind of like that. It's no woe's me, but it's kind of like didn't express yourself. That's what it's basically saying. Didn't express yourself because you got a load of people try to. It's just funny. It's like you're gaslit in real life by every fucking thing you say. Then you make content because art is a leveler. So you make content, and then you're gaslit again there. So it's like that. So if you go to the thesis about what that guy was talking about, society hates men. Well, there's a bit of truth in that. That's the way I feel. I'm hated. I'm hated for being productive, contributing, you know. And you go, well, nothing, you know. Society doesn't owe you anything. You know, the online world doesn't owe you anything. If folk aren't interested in you and what you're talking about, then fine, I don't care. I'll just be my private art gallery. But you know, I mean, you've got hundreds, thousands probably of like amateur cyclists who are in the game, right? And they're all doing vlogging. And you look at the people that are successful in inverted commas, and you go, right, folk are watching what they're talking about, and you go, they're shit. Sorry. They're not talking about any kind of, they're not saying anything interesting. They're just talking about a lot. It's a fucking madhouse. A friend of mine said that's a fucking madhouse. I think that's true. It's kind of like I'm saying and they're all mad. That actually is true. Because you got a bunch of dummies looking for answers in all the wrong areas. It's like if I'm giving them a pretty cool perspective and a pretty true perspective on and they're not willing to take it and they're triggered by it, well, you're just a bunch of pussies there. You're just showing me to be a bit fucking wanting in terms of the quality. You're obviously not as good as me then, are you? You know, I was talking to a friend about there's no shortage of ideas for videos, and I'm going, why am I going to make the effort? Because the audience isn't even bothered. It's like, I'm pretty reasonably good at what I do, and I'm going, well, I thought it would be interesting, like do a wee vlog and see if anyone bites, put wee bite-sized, tried fucking everything. And you go, no one gives a flying fuck, no one's remotely. There was one video I did where I was talking about, oh, I'm a vessel, you know, and I was just speaking passionately about like a day when I was out on the bike and just my experience, and that got like 80 views and it got a like. So obviously, you know, I'm not being woes me. There are some people. It's good talking out loud. Actually, is helping me. There are some people out there that are that relate to what you're on about. Like, why, you know, you got to believe in what you're doing. But as I say, I posted up this video this morning, and it was like the title of it was 300 miles a week. So you know, the things that I try and do have the complete opposite effect. In other words, right now, this is having the complete opposite effect probably right now as I speak. You know, going live, right? You go, oh, that's quite impressive. Look how I'm just talking so freely about something. That's quite cool. I'm contributing something. I'm giving them my energy. And you go, rather than that being a cool thing, like a lot of folk would probably see it as, that just makes you look even more of a nutter. Like, oh, you're talking to yourself, yeah. Right, okay. Well, I'm not turning the camera on myself, but that doesn't mean that the words I'm speaking didn't have some kind of fucking validity to them, do they? But that's what I said before. I said to someone else, I said I'll quite happily have 0 Facebook friends, 0 Facebook followers, 0 YouTube followers, you know, just talk to myself. And just like that, it was like the whole vlogging thing, the whole, we've had months go by, and I've done quite a few of these live things. I've been talking about the training, and it is niche, but you go, well, within that niche arena, surely you'd expect somebody else to be remotely interested in actually, I think the odd person's watched this or that, but anyway, that preamble or whatever you call it is, that aside, let's get to the main body of the work. Let's do some work, shall we? Yeah, let's do some work. Anybody else in this, any other men on this earth actually want to do some work? Or they just want to sit around and I like having a laugh, but there's a time and a place to fucking get focused on what you're supposed to be doing. That's if folk actually have goals. Anybody out there, any men actually out there that have goals? Well, they must do. You see folk out in their work boots and their work clothing. There must be folk out there trying to do stuff and make money. So, must be other folk interested in what I'm talking about. It doesn't really matter. I'll just talk out loud in it, and maybe it'll help me. It's just my unique. It's not really unique. My perspective. It's kind of like a computer program. I pluck different perspectives from different people that I've looked up to, and I go, yeah, and then I just take that and assimilate it into one big plasticine ball and go, well, I think this is kind of like my approach then, isn't it? But I was thinking before about I'm quite exhausted. I'm like, where the fuck has this come from? Like chalk and cheese last week. See what I mean? I'm not even got warmed up yet, and I could fucking talk about the whole training process, And I could stick it up and tag it, cycling and everything else. I could even tag it on my Strava and say, hey guys, I'm doing vlog, check it out. No one would watch it. The fucking apathy. The apathy. I know, I can only do things the way I see them, If I was an athlete, right, and I was going, there's a local guy trying to be good, is that not interesting? Is that not an interesting story, Fine then, keep watching whatever other shite content you want to watch, I don't really care. So I posted that video up this morning. I called it 300 miles a week. It's like, that's an engaging title. Maybe it'll connect with other people doing 300 miles a week. Duh! So let's see if anyone actually watches it. Probably not. My life force has just been sucked out of me. That's what I feel like. You give of yourself, it just goes down a big fucking black hole. But it doesn't really go down a black hole, does it? Because in a sense, if I'm talking out loud about stuff that is important to the whole process. Maybe that'll help me move on, or maybe it won't. Who cares? But I was thinking there about the whole process there, in the light of me being quite exhausted, and I'm going. It's mad how like 1 week you can be. Well, there's a thing we could explore, couldn't we? A lot of the subs that I've noticed, have come from a video I did, which is a video that I just stole from someone else. It was a live video of a song called Speedway at Nazareth. It was about the whole NASCAR season, the whole ups and downs, basically a retelling of the bug. Sometimes you're the windshield, sometimes you're the bug, sometimes it goes well, sometimes it doesn't, that kind of thing, right? Basically a retelling of that. Well, I stuck that up and just put some lyrics on it, simple as that. And I got a load of subs to that, and then you go, right, they've subbed to that, right, and I'm talking about a similar theme, and rather than being like, didn't be interested in it, but why would you go, fuck that guy, and then just like unsub, right? It's in the same theme, you fucking idiots. It's about a fucking cyclist who's doing a season, the ups and downs of the season, and I'm putting all this effort in, going into it, and you unsub because you were triggered by the title. You fucking dummies! You fucking dummies! Why would you fucking sub? You're the fucking idiot that subbed on the back of a fucking video to do with that thing. Duh! The audience are fucking thick. See, sitting here in McDonald's, sometimes I look around and see the folk walking about and I go, are there any fucking intelligent people? Are there any fucking people that go into the gym Are there any fucking people as passionate as me put the same effort in? Or are they just a bunch of fucking dummies that just go to their job and come home and get told what to do by their girlfriend and then go back and do the job all again, and then that's life until they die? Is that kind of thing? Or are there actually any folk that have got an interest in their spare time, in inverted commas, you know? Anyway, going on to I was talking about the training process. I was thinking, isn't it interesting when things seem to be going so well? Incidentally, Maddie Nutt does this shit. She talks about it. I talk about it in just as much, if not more detail than her. But yeah, I'm fucking gaslit. Who the fuck are you talking about it? What, the guy that was giving Graham McGarity, Scottish multiple road race champion, a run for his money multiple times on my 200-mile bike rides? What the fuck do I know? It's fucking hilarious. I'm so under the radar. It's so fucking funny. Talking with authority, talking with knowledge. And there's nobody out there. Pretty much nobody out there connecting with it. It's fucking hilarious. I don't care. I'll just use that. I'll just alchemize that negative energy as the magician that I am and turn it into some cool shit to make me a better athlete. Duh. So I was talking about the process of training and how it can go again, kind of like in the similar to that song, the themes of the song, the ups and downs, you know. And how it goes really quite, like only last week I did a turbo session in Indoor Trainer, actually balls deep killing yourself, to quote my fucking self when I said balls deep killing yourself. Incidentally, right now I'm live, right, the spotlight's on me, woo! I gone live so I could get the spotlight on me, yeah, the spotlight is all on me, yeah, right now. Well, no wonder I do this, because then, you know, why wouldn't the spotlight be on me? That's the fucking topic of the thing, innit? Somebody vlogging about what the fuck he's doing. You know, duh. And last week, it went really quite well. I'm like, how the fuck did I put myself through that fucking punishment? And to quote myself, isn't it funny how 2 minutes hard balls deep kill yourself is easier, or sorry, a 90-mile easy pace 90-miler is easy in comparison with that. So it's all perspective, innit? It's all like, you know, relative, everyone's relative, everyone's on the spectrum. So last week killed myself, and I'm like, wow, I've actually bought a little thing of gold, you know, those little gold stars and little kiddies stickers you get. I bought a book of those. So when I do well, old school, in my training diary, what I do is I put a little gold star or a little smiley face or something next to a thing if I do an improvement, you know, celebrate the small victories, you know, that kind of thing, yeah. So this week, isn't it crazy how there's a tension in a training approach, right? There's a tension between two different perspectives, right? There's a perspective of you have a discipline, so you have like a regime that you follow, and you can incorporate a little flexibility into it, but mainly you have a structured program, right? There's a tension between that and doing the more kind of feel approach, like Graham O'Brien said, when he would listen to his body and train accordingly. So what I've discovered is, well, this week I'm absolutely exhausted, I'm fucked, so I couldn't do that hard session last night. So there's a tension between the disciplined approach and listening to your body. So I've tried to incorporate both. I've tried to go, right, well, I'm not really feeling, this is about developing as a person. You go, the Dave of years ago would have maybe done the hard session even though his legs felt tired. And I think part of the confidence, part of the Cabrini book talks about when you are you've got to have the confidence to know when not to train. So I've tried to incorporate that. See what I mean? Look, see the knowledge I'm talking about here. It's great, isn't it? I've got a kind of hybridized system where on the one hand I'm disciplined and I do things quite I have a mileage target, and I have a kind of a rough plan of, you know, easy rides during the week, commute to work nice and easy, and do like one hard indoor session in the midweek and then do 2 long rides in the weekend. That's pretty much what I do. But this week I've been blown away by just how exhausted I felt. So I'm like, well, I can't do that hard session yesterday. I'll maybe have to do it tonight. And I'm still feeling tired. I'm like, how the fuck? And then I'm like, what's the problem? Do I need to relax? Do I need to chill? So I went to the spa, and I haven't drank alcohol for maybe 6 months, it feels like. And I was like, oh fuck it, I was like, oh, I'll buy a wee dragon soup. Just drank on my own. I bought a dragon soup, and I was like, maybe I just need to relax and chill. It didn't really help. It was like, it kind of, I was sleeping, and I was like, you just feel that poison inside you. You know, it's full of shit, that drink. It's got alcohol, but it's also got all this other bullshit in it, and it's just like you wake up this morning feeling a bit kind of bleh, and a bit kind of throws you off. But so I don't think I'll be drinking anymore this year. You know, maybe around people if that occasion arises, but you know what I mean, absolutely exhausted. I'm going, I can't do a hard session. I'm going to have to do it tonight. So there you go, flexibility. You've got to put flexibility into what you're doing. So you got to incorporate the flexibility in. So we are doing about 300 miles a week, but I'm like, I've got to go with how I feel. If I don't feel good, I've got to rein it in a little bit. And as I say, like the Dave of years ago would have been overtrained, and I'm going, well, ease off. It's been 5 days since I did that really tough indoor session, so I should really be ready for another one, but I'm not, which is quite weird. So I think the solution should be do a day's work, and then try the hard indoor session tonight. And if it's no there, it's no there. Then you go for it. Just get halfway and kind of abandon and use it as an easy one. And maybe we'll just ditch the hard indoor session. You know what I mean? It just goes to show you can have as I was alluding to before, you can have a structured training program, disciplined, have all these things planned out. But if it's no there, it's no there. It's pointless. You're just going to kick your body when it's down and train yourself into the ground, and you're not going to increase the fitness. You're going to delay the improvement. As I said on my Strava, you're not going to improve. So maybe the confidence I should have the confidence. I should go, well, I did that really ridiculous hard session last week, didn't I? So I'm not going to lose a lot of fitness. If anything, maybe I just need a bit of recovery. That's all it is, because I've been doing other stuff as well. I think the emotional thing as well is part of it, isn't it? Like if you're doing loads of stuff, you can feel it emotionally exhausted, or just like mentally exhausted, you know. You got to have your wee, as I said before, you got to have your wee recalibration. You have your little fallow periods just to kind of I suppose it is recalibrate or assimilate everything, come back fresh, you know. You can't be grinding every day. You can't be grinding week in, week out. You got to have your wee. I'm just surprised. That's what I mean about the flexibility. I'm just surprised that I'm feeling this exhaustion. Where's it coming from? You know what I mean? There's a tension between what you envisage in your mind. You go, oh, I should be ready now, what's going on? And you go, well, the reality is I'm not ready for another hard session. I need to rest. So you got to go with how you feel. There's the conclusion of this. Yes, have discipline, but have flexibility and incorporate. And you have to listen to your body. And you know, you can't just be plugging away and envisage in your mind you know, and feel like, oh, I feel so proud of myself that I met certain targets and reached certain goals, and I ticked that box. Yeah, but what was the price of it? You know, see, you gotta have the feel. You've got to have the feel. Be in touch with the feel. How does your body feel? It's time to take a step back and ease off, because then we would just sabotage the efforts we've made so far. And we don't want to be doing that, do we? We want to be improving. We don't want to be sabotaging. So we have to be flexible. There's the conclusion of this. And I might upload this onto my YouTube for nobody to watch, or actually upload it so I can get some more people unsubscribing from me, because we have people sitting in the audience in the gallery that are triggered by someone who's ultra focused on what he's talking about and ultra focused on his training program, and we can't handle that. Because I'm sitting there going, oh, I don't like that. Someone else is completely focused on what they're doing. I can't handle that. It makes me feel like shit. So you know what I mean? So my sense of worth isn't determined by how many people sub to me on my channel. It's not my sense of worth isn't determined by how many people follow me on Facebook, how many friends I have, how many people watch this, how many views it gets, how many comments, interaction. I don't give a flying fuck, because I'm doing it. Yeah, I'm doing it. And I'm no spending my time going out getting selfies with professional cyclists. Look at me, I'm connected to my improvement, my performance as a man, being a better man, being a stronger, fitter, more in touch with his self man. That's what you're supposed to do. I'm not out trying to show off to people. Look at me in this location. Look at me with this famous cyclist. Look what all this. Look at what fancy bike I have. None of that bullshit, because none of that matters. What actually matters is the real shit, which is what I'm doing. The real shit, the real training, the real focus, the real engagement with the process. So I'll upload this when I get back home, because I'm at the point now where I don't care about the audience. It's like, if anyone resonates with this, cool. If anyone doesn't, if anyone wants to follow the journey of me doing shit, fine. If not, fine. Watch the sports on the television. I don't give a flying fuck. I'm getting better all the time. Right,